Hi, and welcome to this 45-minute yoga flow focused on confidence, personal power, digestion, balancing through our solar plexus. Get any props that you need. I have just my mat. And right here at the top of the video, let me ask you to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. As you begin to settle into your body, we take a moment to get any little wiggles out. Feel where we're tense, where we're relaxed, and finding a seated shape. Maybe closing down the eyes if that feels okay. Lengthening out through the spine. Don't worry if the mind is busy or even if emotions are grabbing you. Just slowly over these first few moments, cultivating an awareness of your breath and a mindfulness of the present moment. You may be able to begin to slow your breath, breathing a little bit more deeply on your inhale, and lingering a little bit longer on your exhale. Slowly finding space in your lungs. A little tiny space between each thought. Lengthen out that space as well. Then with the next few breaths, maybe find some movements through the shoulders, through the neck. Inhale, lift the chin, and exhale, tuck the chin in. Maybe making those movements bigger as you inhale, lift through the heart, maybe reach the arms up to the sky. As we exhale, let's place the hands on that solar plexus area. It's under the heart, above the belly button. Just for a moment, and then as you place the hands behind you, take a deep inhale, lift the heart up to the sky, head falls back behind. Another breath there. And as we exhale, take a twist. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist to the other side. Feel through the center of the body. And again, inhale, reach. And this time, let's roll over those knees into a tabletop shape. Hands underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. And we'll roll through our cat-cows with your breath. Inhaling to lift the heart, drop the belly. Exhale, round through the spine, tuck the chin in. And with your own rhythm, just repeat that. Inhale to lift and open, arch of the spine a little bit. And as you exhale, you can round the spine, finding a little bit more space in between each little vertebrae bone. Just following your breath a few more times. It could be faster or slower. Uniting with the breath. Begin to tuck your toes. Lift your knees just 1 inch away. And as you exhale, take the hips to the side. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Maybe feel the center of the body coming into a plank shape. Feet step back, and again, fire up through your center, pulling that belly in. And as we exhale, slowly lower down, belly all the way down to the ground. Come onto the tops of the feet, and as we inhale, press the ground away, heart lifts, arching through the spine. Exhale, tuck the toes and your hips lift up high. Head between the arms, pedal a little bit through the feet, finding the length in your spine. It's okay for knees to bend here, but that long upper body. With our inhale, step or hop the feet forward to the top of the mat. Lengthen up through the spine, eyes come forward, and exhale, fold deep. Look towards your belly. Press into the feet. Inhale, reach up to the sky, eyes up past those hands. Grab your left wrist and exhale, lean it over to the right. Inhale, center, and exhale, lean it over to the left side of the body. Opening, inhale, reach up to the sky, maybe a little back bend, maybe make some little cactus arms, and as you exhale, folding on down. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen, eyes come forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, and slowly lower down to your chaturanga. Inhale, heart lifts, upward facing dog. Tuck the toes. Exhale, hips lift, downward facing dog. You can take a moment to reset. And then we're just going to run through the sequence again. Inhale to tippy toes. Exhale, step to the top. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, deep fold. Press into the feet. Inhale, rise all the way up. Catch a wrist. And exhale, take a little lean to the side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, other wrist and lean. Inhale, reach. Maybe heart opens up. A little back bend if it's there for you. Exhale, dive it down. Let it go. Inhale to lengthen spine. Exhale, plant the hands, feet step back, your chaturanga. You can always do on your knees. Inhale, heart lifts to upward facing dog. Exhale, hips lift, downward facing dog. Reset. You can rest at any time, but maybe there's another round or so in here. You can begin to take your own pace if you like. Guide yourself to the top of the mat with your breath. An inhale lengthens and an exhale folds. Inhale, we rise, reach up overhead, find a wrist, and exhale, lean. Inhale, reach, and exhale, lean. Inhale, open up to the sky, and exhale, hinge the hips, fold, let it go. Inhale, spine lengthens. Exhale, hands plant, feet travel. Taking that little push up, high to low. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now, if you know what you're doing, please feel free to follow your pace. If you need me, I'm here for you, guiding yourself to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. We have our lean to the side with each exhale. Center with the inhale. As you find your own pace with the breath and begin to center into the here and now. Making your way back to your downward facing dog, and maybe there's just one more round in you. Using your breath mindfully, one breath, one movement to guide yourself to the top of the mat. Lengthen with an inhale, fold with your exhale. Really use the breath to get deeper into the shape and to anchor your mind into the present moment. Making your way through your chaturanga, your up dog with your inhale, your down dog and your exhale. And let's get ready to fire up through this center a little bit more. Next inhale, roll into a plank shape, pull in through the center. As you exhale, begin to bend that left knee up and over behind the body. Inhale into a side plank. As we exhale, sit. Inhale, right arm reaches, and exhale, take a twist. Feel the center of the body here. Of course, the center is going to aid with digestion. Inhale, begin to unwind, stepping into our plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, heart lifts, up dog. Exhale, hips lift, down dog. Let's try the other side. Pull the belly in. And as we inhale, side plank. Exhale, that right leg begins to bend, step up and over. Inhale into a side plank. Exhale, sit, and we get ready for our twist. Inhale, left arm reaches. Exhale, take your twist. So not only the health of the digestion, but also firing up through our solar plexus is going to aid in self-confidence, willpower. Inhale, unwind into our plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, bend the knees, sink the hips back into your child's pose. So when this solar plexus area is balanced, we're going to feel strong and self-assured and motivated. If it's blocked or imbalanced, we might have self-doubt or a lack of energy or digestive issues. So maybe consider where you're at. Maybe imagine breathing into this center space above your belly button. We're going to help it out by working through your core. Begin to find your way back into a tabletop. And maybe some little wiggles and wobbles through the spine here, getting ourselves ready to return to our down dog, however feels good to you to do that. Linking your awareness back up with your breath. Back in with the present moment. Begin to tuck your toes, inhale, and as you exhale, hips come high, your downward facing dog. With the next inhale, rise onto tippy toes, and exhale, step your way to the top of the mat. Knees bend, hips sink, and we inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, arms reach behind, wrap around those thighs the best you can, and inhale, send the tailbone up to the sky, deep fold. As we exhale, release that bind, hands plant, feet travel back, take your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, heart lifts. Exhale, downward facing dog. With your next inhale, lifting the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it through to the top of the mat. Pivot the back heel down. Deep lunge in that right knee. Inhale, arms reach. The hands can touch or be separate. Maybe make those cactus arms if you wish. Exhaling, lengthen through the right leg and take a deep fold. Chest to thigh, our pyramid pose. Right hand stays down. As we inhale, left arm sweeps up to the sky. Let the eyes follow it upwards. And as we exhale, the hand in the sky comes to the ground. We roll onto that side. The front foot reaches up and over. Inhale into our side plank. Exhale, sit and twist. Just like we did before, You can hang out in your twist as long as you wish. When you're ready, inhale, unwind, plank pose. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, heart lifts, up dog. Exhale, hips lift, downward facing dog. Following on the left side, inhaling, left leg reaches up. Exhale, stepping through, right heel pivots down. Inhale, deep lunge, arms reach our warrior one. Exhale, lengthen through the leg and fold into your pyramid. Inhale, the right arm sweeps up to the sky, eyes follow, and the hand in the air comes down. And as we exhale, begin to find that side plank. Inhale into it, and exhale, take this twist. Maybe hang out for a little bit. Really using your exhale to get deeper into the twist. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist deeper. When you're ready, inhale, unwind into your plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, hips lift. You can always leave that out or do on your knees if it gets too much. Let's get ready for this chair at the top of your mat. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, step to the top. And inhale, that deep chair. Exhale, arms sweep behind, chest close to thighs. Find that wrap of the thighs. Inhale, tailbone up to the sky, deep fold. Exhale, release those hands, feet step back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, hips lift. Let's take it through again. Inhale, the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, stepping through, back heel pivots down. Inhaling, we reach up into our warrior one. Exhale, deep fold, chest to thigh. Inhale, left arm sweeps up to the sky, eyes follow. As we exhale, reaching down, starting to make that transition. Inhale, side plank, step over, exhale, we twist. And feel free to follow your own breath. You might decide to rest here for a few. And when you're ready, inhale, unwind. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, down dog. Left side with your breath. Use your inhales to lengthen. Your exhale to step through, get grounded down. Inhale, reach. Deep lunge. Exhale, straighten out and fold. Inhale, our triangle, twisting open to the sky, looking up. And exhale, begin to place that hand down, starting to make that transition into the side plank on the right side. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, step back, lower, and twist. There's no harm in taking longer. And your body will say when it's ready to unwind, use an inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, hips lift, downward facing dog. Your chair is waiting for you at the top of each round, so make your way to the top of the mat. Big inhale into our chair. Exhale, sweep the arms back, chest close to thigh, wrapping around. Inhale, tailbone up. Deep stretch through those hamstrings. Stepping back with our exhale, lower the chest down. And run through that up dog, down dog with your breath. Let's move it into the right leg again. You may know where you're going and just follow your own breath. Inhales reach us. Our warrior one reaches up. And exhales dive us down. Your pyramid diving down, chest to thigh. Inhale, twisting open to our triangle. And exhale, begin to find that side plank on the left side. Inhale, exhale, sit and take your twist. If you've lost your breath, you need to recover. Here's where you find it. Hang out for longer. And when you're ready, unwind. Find that chaturanga, your up dog, down dog, center in there. And take it through on the left side with your breath. There's no harm in taking an extra breath and hanging out in a shape, but just be aware when you're moving. There's no harm in exhaling in a pose when I say inhale, but just be aware of what you're doing, what's happening, why it's happening. Finding the side plank on the right side, stepping over, and getting deep into that twist with your exhales. Inhale, unwind, find your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, hips lift. See if you can find it through a little bit independently. Your chair is waiting for you with your inhale. And exhale to wrap those thighs. And inhale to fold. There's really no harm if you miss a shape out or you leave it out on purpose. The most important thing is to be in the present moment, to feel what's happening in the breath and the body, and even in the worries of the mind. Not to get involved with it, like getting into a discussion with yourself, but just to notice all the places that the mind wants to take you. Finding that side plank, finding your twist. I'm definitely starting to feel maybe some heat through the center of the body, just from being in the planks, being in the twists. And imagine that energy is feeding that area of your body. You could think about it in just a physical way, or in that more sort of metaphysical way that it's healing and restoring self-confidence, balance. So begin to unwind. Find that plank. Exhale your chaturanga. Inhale, heart lifts. And this time as you exhale, sink the hips down and back. Take a little moment here. You might decide to sit or rest in your child's pose. If you sit, maybe place your hands over the belly, just above the belly button. Imagine sending balance and healing and energy to this area. Think about where you would like to direct it, what you need it for in your life, what you need motivation or confidence for, what areas of life would that be useful. Set an intention as we go through a little bit of a longer flow here. I'm going to break it down into a couple parts. Starting to find your way once again to your hands, your knees. Maybe that cat-cow, maybe let your neck go side to side, round in a circle, getting ready to make your way to your down dog. And find your breath again. As we inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky, bend the knee, stack the hips, make your scorpion tail. And just for this first one, as we exhale, take that knee to opposite elbow, fire up through the center. Inhale that knee back up to the sky, stack the hips. Exhale, step it through. And inhale, right arm sweeps up to the sky. Look up at the hand, dragonfly twist. Now the floor hand gets a bit weightless. As we exhale, we see if we can take it off the earth, balance through your core, your open twist. Back heel pivots down, and we inhale, right arm reaches up to the sky, left hand wraps around the back, exalted warrior. Exhaling, hands to mat. Step it back and run through your chaturanga. Inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's try the left leg with that crunch just this first time. Inhale, stacking the hips as we open. Exhale, knee to opposite elbow. Fire up through the center. Inhale, open and reach that leg up. Exhale, step it through. And inhale, left arm up to the sky. Chin follows the hand. Now, very tricky here. Balance. That bottom hand gets weightless as we exhale, open twist. Back heel pivots down, unwind, left arm up to the sky. Right hand maybe down your thigh, exalted warrior. Exhale, hands to mat, step it back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips lift, down dog. Let's add a little touch on here, just a little bit extra. So with your next inhale, that right leg once again lifts up to the sky. You can open that hip, and as you exhale, step through. Inhale, right arm reaching up. Find that balance as we exhale our open twist. Inhale, back heel down, right arm up to the sky, exalted warrior. Let's add on as we exhale. Dive the hands down to the inside of the right leg. Now this is deep hip stretch in your lizard. You can stay in the palms, or maybe the forehead can dip down. And as we inhale, pivot the back heel down. The right forearm comes to the right thigh, and the left arm reaches up and over into our side angle. With your exhale, sweep it to the back of the mat, deep side lunge or skandasana. You can take an inhale to reach an arm up. Before you exhale, turn to the back of the mat, stepping back here, chaturanga. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, down dog. We'll take it through the left leg. Inhaling, left leg opens, stacks, lifts. Exhale, stepping through. Inhale, our dragonfly twist. Bottom hand gets weightless. Use your core to exhale. Open twist. Back heel pivots down. Inhale, left arm up to the sky or exalted. Here's where we added. Exhale, diving down as low as you can go into this lunge, your lizard. The back heel pivots off. And then we pivot down to the earth again as we inhale into our side angle, reaching up and over. Exhale, skandasana, deep side lunge into the right side. Take an inhale to reach an arm up, and exhale, turn back to the top of the mat. As you exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, hips lift. Once again, inhale, right leg lifts and opens. Exhale, step that right foot through. Inhaling, right arm reach up to the sky, dragonfly twist. The hand on the ground gets light, and we exhale, open twist. Inhale, exalted warrior. Exhale, hands dive down, sink down low into your lizard. Pivot the back heel down, right forearm to right thigh. Inhale to that side angle. Exhale, your skandasana, maybe with that open arm. And as we inhale, we begin to find a revolved half moon. So we stack all of our weight into that left leg. The right leg comes behind, and you can stay balancing here. Right hand on the earth, left arm up into the sky, or see if that left hand can bind that right foot. Then maybe there's a balance into your dancer. A little bit of balance here at the end. When you're ready, exhale, step it back, chaturanga. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, hips lift. Facing this side of the mat, let's do the left leg. Inhaling, left leg opens and lifts. Exhale to step it through. Inhale, reaching left arm up to the sky. Exhale, that bottom hand gets weightless. Open twist, use your core. Inhale, exalted warrior, back heel pivots down. And as you exhale, hands down to the earth, sink as low as you can into your lizard. Back heel pivots down. Inhale, right arm reaches up and over, side angle. Exhale, sinking low side lunge to the right. And here's where we add it. So the left hand is down. The right leg contains all of your weight, and the right arm can reach up. You can stay there, or maybe we bend that left knee. If you want to try your dancer, maybe try taking hand to heart first, and then see if you can balance and reach the left arm out in front of you. Before you exhale, step it back, lower down. Take a couple breaths in your balance just to play. And now we have everything we need, so let's just start to flow through. If you know where you're going, take it at your own pace. And inhale, right leg up to the sky. Exhale to step. Inhale our dragonfly. Use your core as you exhale. Lift that bottom hand off the ground. Inhale our exalted warrior, right arm reaching up. Exhale, diving the head down to the earth. Back heel pivots off. Pivot it back down to the earth as we inhale our side angle, make the body long, and exhale, sinking into the left side Skandasana. Here comes our balance. Inhale our revolved half moon. So right hand, left foot grounded, and maybe play with your dancer. Could do just the bind, could reach the arm out, could fall, could stumble, doesn't really matter. As you exhale, step it back, ease it down. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, hips lift. Take it through on the left side. Let that heat build up through your center. And find this battle with determination and motivation. Inhale, dragonfly twist. Exhale, lifting off into that open twist. Inhale, our exalted warrior. Exhale, diving it down into that deep lunge, your lizard. Inhale, our side angle. The back heel is down, big long line. And exhale, sinking into the right side Skandasana. Right leg, left hand on the ground. Right arm reaching, left leg floating. Maybe we can bend the knee. Maybe we try our dancer. Every time is going to be different. So if you stumble one time, or if you're successful one time, that's not the end. Try again. See what's different. When the eyes are focused or when the mind is focused, whole different experience. Right leg. Inhales and exhale to step. Inhale our dragonfly. Exhale our open twist. Inhale to exalted, and exhale we dive it down. As we get ready for our side angle, that back heel pivots down, left arm reaches up and over, and here we go into the left leg. Exhale, Skandasana. And our balance, our revolved half moon, both legs straight. Stay there for a couple breaths or try the bind. Maybe see if hand will come to heart, see if it will reach out in front. And when you're ready, exhale, stepping back, hands touch down, high to low. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, hips lift, left leg. See if you can follow your breath rather than my instruction. Getting into your body. Inhales to reach you. Exhales to twist. Inhale, exalted. Something gets left out on purpose, on accident. Finding your way to Skandasana on the other side, and then your balance. Just see it as playtime. See it as self-discovery. We all have our characteristic things that we do, habits. And here in your yoga practice, you begin to notice these. Resetting with your chaturanga. And then finally settling into a resting shape when you're ready. Feeling the heat that you've built up through the body. Maybe noticing the habits of the mind when we got off balance. Or even when we were doing very well, what the mind does. Be making your way into a seated shape. A couple mindful breaths here. And then if you're not there already, we're going to make our way onto our hips. You can take a moment to roll the neck, open the heart, find the breath. And when you're ready, inhale to lift the feet away from the earth, balancing on your tailbone. You can wrap the hands around the thighs or reach them out. We have our boat pose. Let's take 5 mindful breaths here. core center working, heart open, using your willpower. Inhale, and as you exhale, lower, lengthen out the legs, but don't lower all the way to the ground. Shoulders are off the earth, legs are extending, belly is working harder. 5 breaths here, and then inhale back into our boat. We're going to take 4 now. 4 mindful breaths, firing it up. And after that 4th breath, taking it down to our low boat for 4 breaths. Yes, it's going to get shorter and shorter. Fire up through the center. Inhale back into your boat. 3 breaths. Be disciplined with yourself. If you've come out, it's okay, but come back. Exhale down into your low boat. 3 breaths here. Last bit. Inhale boat. 2 breaths. Exhale low boat. 2 breaths. You got this. We got 1 more breath. Boat. And take it to your low boat. 1 breath. And then exhale. Lower down. Let the body just rest on the earth. Feel the heat that you've created. Maybe feel the center. Begin to bend the knees and plant the feet. The hands by your side. With your next inhale, lift the hips off of the earth. Squeeze through the back of the body. Squeezing through the hips, pushing through the heels. You might take the hands together and bind them underneath you, under your tailbone, help you to squeeze up a little bit more. And just breathe here for a moment. Using an exhale, take yourself down to the earth. And we're going to cross that right leg over the left leg. And then let the legs, the knees, drift over to the right side. Let your chin turn to the left. Now you can do this twist also without the crossed thighs. So if crossing the thighs does not feel good, just have a twist without that. Sometimes with the cross you can wrap the foot around the left ankle or calf muscle, sometimes not. Just give a little extra weight of those knees. When you're ready, inhale, come to center, release that leg, unwind, arms by your side, heels close, and once again press into the heels. Inhale to lift up through the hips, and let's hang out here. Just 5 breaths or so, squeezing through those hips, reaching the hip bones up to the sky, strong through the back of the body. And with your exhale, we take it down. That left thigh, if you want to try, you can maybe wrap the foot around the calf muscle, maybe not. Do it without the wrap if you wish. And then let the knees go over to the left side. Chin turns to the right. Arms can reach out wide like a T. Just let gravity take over here. Slowly, slowly ease your body into the twist. When you're ready, we let the knees come to center, unwind, and one last time, pressing through the heels, lifting the hips up to the sky. Final 5 breaths in this shape. Biggest lift yet. Imagine opening through the front of the hips. When you're ready, exhale, release. And maybe it would feel good to have a little hug of the knees here, pull them in. Or even lifting those legs straight up to the sky, the feet towards the sky. And point and flex the toes. Either of those, or maybe a happy baby where you bend the knees come wide, and you reach the arms between the knees for the bottom of the feet. Doing what you can to keep the spine flat and the shoulders relaxed, and just pulling the knees down towards the rib cage, the soles of the feet up to the sky. Really opening up through the hips, the low back. And wherever you're at, begin to release. And get ready for a final shape. The legs stretch out long onto the mat. The tension from the ankles lets go. The feet can just flop out. The arms can rest by your side. Find your final few moments of stillness here. Let the energy and heat that you've created settle into your body. Just gently turn your attention towards your breath. And maybe over the next few breaths you find some gentle movement, maybe a stretch, maybe the knees hug in. Sometimes it feels good to roll onto the side of the body and rest there. Sometimes it just feels good to hold the knees and just rock side to side. We're going to take our time slowly to find our way back to a seated position. Maybe send a few thoughts in towards that area above the belly button. Health and balance, energy settling in there. A thought or two about how you might need to direct that energy. Maybe even putting your hands there if it feels right. What challenges are ahead that this fire and this energy will be useful for? What habits in our mind do we need to unlock? Maybe the palms feel good to come together in front of the heart. Take a moment to send some love and kind wishes outwards before you take them inwards to yourself. The light in me honors and bows to the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. Hope to see you here again soon.